Welcome. Thank you very much for joining us here on Times Now. This is The Nation Wants to Know and I'm Heena Gambhir. Viewers, over 82% voters exercised their right to vote today in Tamil Nadu. Voting across 234 constituencies took place in a single phase. Now this is even higher than the record enthusiasm that was last witnessed in 2011 assembly elections. In 2011, voter turnout was 78.01%. Now this bumper turnout in 2011 resulted in change of government with AIADMK displacing the DMK. So does it mean high voter turnout will bring a change? Well, we can't really say that because in 2016 the turnout was lower and AIADMK retained power. In fact, AIADMK at that time led by Jayalalitha became the first ruling party to be re-elected since 1984. Then in December 2016, Jayalalitha died. Then in August 2018, M. Karunanidhi, the DMK chief, passed away. Then in 2021, voter turnout was even lower than the 2016 turnout. Yet the government changed, and that's why I said in the beginning, higher voter turnout does not mean that the government is going to change, because we have seen continuity as well. Now, then DMK displaced AIADMK. Now MK Stalin in 2026 is seeking a second term. AIADMK is seeking a return to power. Traditionally, Tamil Nadu has been a fight between DMK and the AIADMK and their alliances, of course. But actor-turned-Neta Vijay has turned it into a triangular contest. He's popular, extremely popular among youngsters specifically, especially those under 40. And here's a fun fact. Over 40% of Tamil Nadu's electorate is under 40. So will he be able to completely change the political dynamics of the southern state? We will get to know on 4th of May. But first, let's now show you what he is really banking on and can they really help him fill the void left by Jayalalitha and Karunanidhi in Tamil Nadu politics. The void that superstar Rajnikant and Kamal Haasan could not fill. They tried, but they could not. So here are the category of voters he is banking on. First, youth voters. There are 1.18 crore youth voters and they constitute 20% of the overall electorate. Age group we're talking about is 18 to 29 years. Then he's extremely popular among first-time voters as well. There are 12.51 lakh first-time voters, 2.2% of the electorate. The age group we're talking about is 18 to 19 years. He's very popular among these people. But will it really translate into votes? That remains to be seen. He's popular as an actor. On screen, they love him. But will they want him to govern them? That remains to be seen. Then you've got women voters. This time, the number of women voters is higher than male voters. 2.89 crore, 50.9%. Now, this is an important category as well because a lot of the promises that he has made are focused on women. Then we've got the minorities, another important vote bank, 86.47 lakh, 12% of the overall number of voters that we are talking about. Will he eat into this vote bank that, traditionally goes to, say, DMK in a lot of regions? And then you've got the urban voters, 3.5 crore in number, 48% of the overall electorate. So this is something that Vijay is banking on right now. He's betting on these. But will it actually help Vijay in any way? Is this a wave that we are seeing that, that has led to over 82% turnout so far? The number, of course, is going to get updated soon. But is it the outcome of a wave? Are people looking for a change or they want continuity, or is Vijay factor just a political mirage? That's something we'll be discussing with our guest this evening on Nation Wants to Know. But first up, listen in to what the political parties in Tamil Nadu have to say about this record voter turnout.
How confident are you about a DMK victory?
Very confident.
More than 200 seats, sir?
Yeah, hopefully more than that. But people of Tamil Nadu, they are very smart politically. They will take a very good decision. Thank you.
And BJP will not enter Tamil Nadu. There is no chance.
Tamil Nadu people will never allow that.
You can very well see how in large numbers people are coming. So there is going to be a change in Tamil Nadu and DMK is going to be chosen away by people, and ADMK, people-friendly ADMK, led by our General Secretary Edapadiyar, will bag a massive win.
I am a candidate as well as I am a voter. And with all the blessings of the people of Tamil Nadu, NDA will win, even in Mylapore.
And joining us on Nation Wants to Know this evening are my guests. We have Rani Rudrama Reddy, spokesperson of the Bharatiya Janata Party, JVC Sriram, who's a political strategist, Amerikai V. Narayanan, political analyst, and also joining us is Dr. Pula Rao, political analyst. Good evening to all of you. Thank you for joining us here on Times Now. JVC Sriram, let me begin this discussion with you. Over 82% voter turnout. What does it really tell you about what are the voters really thinking? What is perhaps going to happen in Tamil Nadu on 4th of May?
Good evening, Heena. The point here is that we had a SAR. We saw what happened when an SAR happened at Bihar. So when you have an SAR, the denominator comes down. When the denominator comes down, automatically the turnout percentage terms will be increasing. So in 81.5% turnout would be equal to the 2021 turnout of 73.63. But at the same time, I need to place it on record. Yes, opinion polls have been released, exit polls are coming. The fact of the matter is there has been a tremendous anger against this DMK government. But this anger against the DMK government, the outcome of that is going to be different in different places. While in the urban areas, particularly in Chennai, because AIADMK in many of the constituencies are structurally not strong, the advantage is seized by the TVK, which is more of an urban party. And when it goes to the rural parts, because I've traveled extensively from December 22nd till day before yesterday, which is almost 4 months, and I've traveled to every part of the state, I can tell you with confidence that as far as rural Tamil Nadu is concerned, there is an absolute anger as far as the farmers are concerned because of various issues like delayed paddy procurement or no paddy procurement. And more importantly, women's safety, drug abuse, these are the big issues. Now, DMK did a very good job in terms of ensuring that negative news does not come over. The media was completely controlled, as a result of which they were thinking that they would come back to power. But I can tell you, this turnout tells you that there is anti-incumbency.
But Janta sab janti hai. The people on the ground know everything. You may have an idea about how a political party has really functioned, how it has really campaigned in the run-up to elections. But people on the ground know exactly what they want. So, Dr. Pula Rao, do you agree that there is tremendous anger against the ruling DMK, and that is what we have seen getting reflected in this higher voter turnout? I mean, this is even higher than what we saw in 2011. That was seen as a record turnout, but this has even shattered that record, and it's not even slightly close to that number. We are talking about 82% plus.
Let me give you straight. 2011, the electoral rolls, and 2026. There must be at least a 60-70% difference. Those same voters are not there on the list today. Many pass away. Every year, there is roughly a 3% change in the electoral list. New voters come, old voters go out, migration. So those figures, I don't think you should use them as some kind of mark, to decide what's going on. Secondly, as I do agree with Mr. Sriram, it is a kind of mathematical, I won't say illusion. It is definitely something mathematical when you say there's a high turnout. Definitely because a lot of voters were deleted, those who were not voting or fake or whatever, the duplicate votes. So don't go by this high voting percentage. It's the same number of voters as last time. Now you come to this immense anger. There's anger against every government. Every government does face anger. 2024, my respected friend is there from the BJP. Why did the BJP fail to get a majority? There was anger. How well they manage the anger. That is every political party's craftsmanship. If they can manage the anger, they get a second term. If they can't manage the anger, naturally, there will be other forces at play. And the other point is, after 60 years or something, more than that, it's the first time there's a real triangular fight. How will this triangular fight take place? Whose votes will go where? It's a very bit, nobody is able to figure it out yet. There are all kinds of statements that Vijay will do well in the cities, correct. AIADMK will do in the western part of the state, rural areas, etc. Fine. but that doesn't mean they're going to get all the votes. So there's a lot of, I won't say confusion.
Okay.
There's a lot of guesswork going on. So yes,
but I think the point that you made is interesting. Nobody has been able to figure it out yet as to, you know, if there is a wave and who is really going to be winning this time. Nobody has been able to figure that out.
Last point.
Okay.
You mentioned, one last point.
Yes.
You mentioned that 12% minorities. I disagree. I think there are 18% minorities or even 20% because many of them don't declare their religion, as the Supreme Court has said recently.
Okay. Now, the point is, America and Narayanan, is it because of the Vijay factor, which is also being seen as an X factor this election season? Do you think, you know, the number of people who come to be part of his rallies, who we have seen in several visuals from all the places where he has held, you know, public rallies or road shows, do you think those are actually going to translate to real votes? And that's something this number perhaps is looking at. And I want to talk to you about, you know, the specific constituencies that Vijay perhaps is banking on. Say, for example, first-time voters between 18 to 19 years of age, 12.51 lakh. Then, you know, in the age group of 18 to 29, 1.18 crore voters are there, 20% of the overall electorate. Do you think that can really make a difference in this election?
First thing is, I hope all our panelists have voted, and I have voted. I'm proud to have voted and voted for democracy. Second thing is, like any other, all the other panelists, I agree. Tamil Nadu today has 5.67 crore voters, and approximately the SIR has deleted about 70 lakh voters. So more than, if you take 5.6, you're looking at about 14% voters have been deleted from what it is today. Now, so that further enhances the Vijay's position because, as you rightfully pointed out, not only in the road shows that he has conducted, when I personally went to vote today, I thought that these guys have enthusiasm, but they're not going to be there in the polling booth. I talked to a few of my friends. In my polling booth, there were ADMK agents, there were Congress DMK agents, and I also found out, because they were giving lunch, there were also TVK agents. I'm pleasantly surprised that a new party, which does not have organization, has people in the polling booth, number one. Number two, I think Vijay has been consistently making all the political pundits. They said, you can't do that, you can't do that. And I think he has. For example, we are talking about, I was there in 1996. The amount of enthusiasm people had thinking that Rajini will come. Finally, he did not take the step. Did not happen, but people had it. I think I can see, because at that time TMC was formed, I can see the enthusiasm. I think I see today more enthusiasm than the time when the TMC was formed among the voters.
Okay.
Now, he has brought in enthusiasm and energy.
Okay.
Will
there
that
is enthusiasm as well as energy, and a lot of people agree that there is consistency, you know, as far as Vijay is concerned, and the way he's really working on the ground. Even though he does not really have a lot of experience, this is going to be his first electoral debut. It's going to be a litmus test. And Rani Reddy, you know, in films you do get an option to, you know, do your take again, but here there are going to be no retakes.
Yes. Yes, you are right, Heena. In films, he can take...
Okay, Ms. Reddy, 1 second. You know, I have to just quickly tell our viewers, we have an updated number, the voter turnout number that has come in. West Bengal voter turnout, 91.35%. And Tamil Nadu's voter turnout, 84.29%. When we started the show, it was around 82% odd. Like I said, the final number we'll get in some time. So it's over 84% right now. Yes, Ms. Rani Reddy.
Yeah, Heena, first of all, I would like
Mr. Narayanan, 1 second. Yes.
Yeah, first of all, I would like to congratulate Tamil Nadu and West Bengal voters because of their voter turnout. You know, Narendra Modi ji appealed both the state voters that you have to come from your houses and you have to cast the vote and you have to protect the democracy. So now in Paschim Bengal, the election is done between the fear and trust. And in Tamil Nadu, the election is done between the nationalism and division politics. In Tamil Nadu, we have seen the women reservation, when the women reservation bill was introduced in the Lok Sabha. So Stalin, what happened, what Stalin did, the entire country...
so you don't see Vijay factor impacting the elections, in any way? You don't see Vijay factor as a threat?
Definitely, there might be a impact. There might be an impact because he is a film star. He may he may have some impact on the public. But you know, if we see Tamil Nadu election or Paschim Bengal election, particularly in Tamil Nadu, DMK versus NDA. This is going on there. And if we consider DMK, so DMK is in the power and there is a lot of anti-incumbency. When we see that in Indian democracy, in Indian elections, if the voter turnout is increasing, that means, so definitely there will be a anti-incumbency.
Okay.
And negative wave is more powerful than the positive wave.
Okay.
Even though Vijay has some positive wave also, there is a lot of negative factors, negative wave of DMK also.
Okay.
And people are ready to vote for the NDA and people are believing Narendra Modi ji's governance and people want to see that double engine Sarkar in Tamil Nadu and Paschim Bengal as well as.
Okay. American Narayanan wants to come in. Okay. Go ahead, please.
Yeah. Couple of things. Quickly, what had happened is we talked about BJP and DMK comparison. DMK is talking about regionalism, language, and caste. The so-called Dravidian model, that's what it does. BJP, on the other hand, is talking about Hindutva and religion. Both the parties are having a banking on hatred creating and emotion created on that. Whereas Vijay is not doing that. It's going to be interesting. I'm not saying Vijay is going to win the election at all. How he handles it, see, we need to have a comrades type of government where it is simple and people are honest and delivery.
Okay.
DMK has clearly failed in delivery. For example, they have been perpetuating corruption. If you go to TASMAC, then everywhere they wanted to digitize. PT or Paranivail Rajan tried to digitize for TASMAC. They wouldn't let him do that. And that's the problem. Consistently, the delivery, if you look at the manifesto, everything is the same. The delivery is the problem this government has not delivered. And Vijay is going to be a trump card. We'll see how it goes.
Okay. JVC Sriram, now, a lot of people are also drawing parallels with what happened in 2006 when Vijay Kant's entry disrupted the entire landscape with an 8% vote share that produced a fractured verdict. Do you think something like that can happen with Vijay? Because, we're just looking at numbers here and youth voters 1.18 crore, first-time voters 12.51 lakhs, women voters 2.89 crores. Then you've got minorities, you've got a big chunk of urban voters also who really see some kind of hope in Vijay. I mean, that's the sense we get from the ground.
Absolutely. I don't have any doubt that Vijay is getting traction amongst the urban voters, particularly the core vote base of DMK. For the last 1 year and 3 months, I've been telling everywhere that what's the votes that Vijay is going to get. He is going to get from Nam Tamil Katchi Seeman, first-time voters. He is going to get from Dalit votes from VCK. He is going to get the core vote of SC votes from DMK, minority votes from DMK, because these are votes which have been going to DMK ever since 2017. They have been banking on it. Now, is that alone going to be enough to become a chief minister? Absolutely not. Now, to your first question, whether he can bring about a young assembly, I don't think so, because but for 2006, Tamil Nadu has spoken in one voice. It's not multiple voices. They've been very clear. Now, with this kind of a humongous turnout, what we are going to see is a unidirectional. Rural will vote in one direction, Urban will vote in one direction. A spectacular debut awaits Vijay. In fact, it will be a spectacular debut. You know, he's going to probably get double digit in seats, and he might even cross. I gave my last opinion poll, I gave 18% to Vijay. I might go up. It might go up. I don't want to reveal my numbers now because that is going to be published in Times Now on 29th. So let me not let the cat out of the bag. But I can tell you, it's going to be a spectacular debut.
Okay.
But can he sustain that? That's the question.
Okay. America Narayanan, I think, disagrees with what you've said. Then I'll go across to Dr. Pullarao. Yes.
I think I disagree with him on urban-rural divide. Vijay also has been able to, basically, it's a young, energetic fans. And he is not A-class appeal, city appeal artist alone. So,
No, but then Mr. America Narayanan, one second. Let's look at data here. Vijay has campaigned in only 7 out of the 37 districts. And many are in fact questioning his outreach. Because if you talk about TVK right now, it's only Vijay. Is there any other leader that the party has that, has also tried to woo the voters in Tamil Nadu? So it's just Vijay.
Consistently, Tamil Nadu electorate, even though it is for assembly, it's a presidential form of election. People look at the leader, and Vijay is the only face, and that's the way it's going to be. So your question is right, but the urban-rural divide is not a very clear divide. Number two, the middle class, urban, even the middle class, I think they are the silent majority. They're going to decide. Number three, I agree with Sriram that you can see Stalin changing the thing and trying to bring an urban manifesto specifically for Chennai in the middle of the election. That means they are feeling the heat from Vijay. So, yes, but I don't agree that Vijay is going to take the votes only from DMK. I think he's going to take equally from ADMK. And of course, BJP does not have votes in Tamil Nadu that much. So it's going to be interesting to see what happens.
Okay. Mr. Ani Reddy, then Dr. Pullarao.
Yeah, so if we look at the Vijay's vote percentage, gaining vote percentage doesn't mean gaining of the seats. So he may gain the percentage of the votes because, in Andhra Pradesh, we have seen Pawan Kalyanji. Before that, we have seen when Chiranjeevi Garu floated the party. So even Pawan Kalyan's party also. So he gained more percentage of the votes, but not the seats.
Okay.
So if we look at the Vijay also, he may get from the rural or urban, from anywhere. But we can't say that it means he may come into the power like that. And I disagree with the guest, what he spoke earlier. So BJP has no votes in Tamil Nadu. Now the situation is not like that. BJP has votes in all over the India, even in South India also, in Tamil Nadu, Telangana, Andhra Pradesh, Karnataka, if we go to anywhere,
but
so
I think
people are ready to vote.
Not enough to form the government. I mean, you need the support of the entire NDA family. BJP alone can't do a lot in Tamil Nadu. It needs AIADMK, it needs other allies as well, because we've seen in the run-up to the polls how the NDA fold has been increasing and the kind of political parties that BJP has joined hands with. Dr. Pullarao, now there's another important factor here. Do you think that, for example, if you look at Tamil Nadu politics, we have seen Karunanidhi's time, MGR's time, Jayalalitha's time, and after the demise of both these leaders, Karunanidhi as well as Jayalalitha, there has been a void. So people are perhaps used to this concept of celebrities turning great leaders, and maybe that's why they are seeing Vijay in a certain way, and perhaps that's the reason why 84% voter turnout is there. Do you see that as a possibility? Do you think perhaps there can be real urge among people for an alternative model? If you look at first-time voters or the young voters under 40s right now.
Okay, let's go by the record. Since Jayalalitha died in 2016, there have been 3 elections. 2019 Parliament, 2021 Assembly, 2024 Parliament. All these 3 elections, the DMK alliance has swept them. All 3. Number 1. Number 2, change is always there. Change is a constant. But sometimes change is not what you want in this mathematical equation. I agree with both my friends. If in rural areas, ADMK is doing well. It is not doing well at all in urban areas till now. only MGR captured 1 or 2 MLAs in Madras city. I may be corrected. All the time DMK wins urban seats. So Vijay has to mount a terrific challenge to win over urban seats. Will ADMK transfer some seats, votes to him? Yes. In a very seat, Perambur, they have not fielded an ADMK candidate or BJP. They gave it to some PMK candidate. They are doing these informal arrangements. This is the second thing. The third thing is, since Jayalalitha died also, in 2016, there is no charismatic figure. Will Vijay's charisma be enough? It might have been enough in a state like Delhi where there were 2 formations, or once in Andhra Pradesh in 83 when there was only the Congress party and NTR came into the vacuum. But there are 25 active political formations in Tamil Nadu. Moreover, don't forget that there have been elections in Tamil Nadu since 100 years. First government was formed there, and minorities of all hues are strongly established. They have an ecclesiastical order, clergy. So I believe there are 18%, 18% minority voters, and they will go. They don't care for these welfare things. They will vote.
Which
for
category
whoever.
of voters is going to be the one that will play a significant role in deciding what happens to the Vijay factor in this election?
Youth, urban youth, even rural youth, because they want change. All these parties, all including BJP, Congress, they're all leaders who have been there 30 years, 40 years.
Okay.
Youth will play, but how much? How much? Where will they be pulled by region, by caste, by urban, by other things? That is still unknown.
All right. We'll leave it there. Thank you very much, all of you, for joining us here on this debate. Of course, we'll get to know on 4th of May what is going to be the final result. Will it be actually a repeat of the DMK government, or are we likely to see a change? And what role is Vijay going to play? Will he be the disruptor, or the wave that we are talking about is just a political mirage? We'll get answers to all these questions on 4th of May. Thank you very much, all of you, for the moment, for joining us on Nation Wants To.